Hey everybody, it's Professor Evans. It's Sunday morning here in Connecticut, 10:30 in the morning, and I am here to introduce you to the beginning of week 4, which all focuses on theme. Before we get into that, though, aside from thanking you for your work for the past 3 weeks and for making it to what is now the halfway mark of the course, week 4, I just wanted to scroll down here and draw your attention to something. The APA 7th edition. Um, don't feel alone in the sense that a lot of people will lose points for APA formatting. Some people are doing like these really, really awesome designs for their papers. And while they look great, and while I personally like them, the course needs APA formatted papers. So what I'd like you to do if you're struggling with APA, you got this link here. Okay. I'll do that again. This one right here. When you click on it, all right, it's going to bring you to this APA 7th edition title page template. All right. Now, when you click on this title page template, it's going to download for you a formatted APA paper, which is invaluable for this course, right? If that's still not doing it for you, you also have the information. I know I've gone over this in my intro video, but I think it bears repeating. All the fonts that you could possibly use. You've got this beautiful thing here, which when you click on it, this is a library handout. And it may prompt you to log into the school library, but what it does here is it tells you how to format everything. So it tells you how to format all different print sources, like a book, a chapter in a book, an article, a magazine article, a journal article, newspaper article, which you guys will be needing to do in the next couple of weeks when you write your research paper. It talks about how to cite internet and electronic sources, a website with no author, a page from a website, a document available on a university program or department website. It goes down, media sources, all this other stuff. So you can see ton of stuff. And then you've got this section down here, which is particularly important. You're going to reference citations in text. Okay, it tells you how to format in-text citations. So in-text citations, I've noticed a couple people are leaving them off of their papers. A lot of people are leaving them on. But again, this is that small thing where you really want to make sure that anytime you use somebody else's content, you have to cite it in your paper, unless it's universal knowledge, right? So if you were to say something like, New York City has got a lot of buildings, like that doesn't need to be cited, even if it's in an article, because that's common knowledge, right? Anyone knows that. But if you were to give some fact about New York City's population or something like that, you'd need to cite that because chances are that didn't come from your head, right? Chances are you read that or learned that from somewhere, and we want to give credit to our sources. Okay, so that's APA stuff. I want to talk about theme. So let's go ahead and click on Unit 4. Let's talk about theme. So when we talk about plot as sort of like the structure before you build the house, right? Theme is sort of the foundation of the house. Or you can think about it as sort of like maybe like the color scheme of the house when it's done, like the thing that sort of gives it its together feel. But basically what theme is, right, is I take that back. That analogy was not good. Skip that part. Focus on this. Theme is the lesson about life or people that an author is trying to teach you. Because when people started to tell stories, people were trying to entertain each other, but a lot of the early function of stories was to try to get people to either do something, believe something, or to behave in a certain way. Okay, to try to shift people, to think certain ways, right? To teach them values, perhaps, and we still do that when we tell stories to kids, right? We're teaching them the values, right? Stories. How many children's books are there about sharing and about inclusiveness and loving yourself and being the best self that you can possibly be, and don't bully people, right? So stories teach lessons from kids all the way up to when we're reading them. So theme is the lesson that a book or a story or any sort of text is trying to teach us. And what's really fascinating, I'm going to jump over here and I'll leave this link in the actual post. What's really fascinating about themes, and this is from Masterclass, this is Margaret Atwood. right, who wrote The Handmaid's Tale, and she breaks down the 6 most common themes in literature. And this is fascinating, right? Because think about how many new movies and stories and books. Just walk into a Barnes and Noble, how many books are lined on the wall, and it really just boils down to these 6: good versus evil, love, redemption, meaning you were in a bad place, now you're coming back from that bad place, courage and perseverance, coming of age, and revenge, right? And what's even crazier, it's not just fiction books, right? Take a look at the news or any interview show and think about what the stories are that people focus on, right? Redemption, my goodness, how many celebrities are in the news because they were once struggling with something and now they're making some big comeback, right? These are stories that we love in real life, so they appear in our stories, and the cycle keeps going around and around and around, right? They say that life imitates art. Well, art also imitates life, and it just keeps going around. So when it comes to this week, right, you have you're going to start to take a look at To Kill a Mockingbird. Click on this link here for the movie. It's going to take you to the movie. All right, we've got some videos here to sort of prep you about the debate with To Kill a Mockingbird, because eventually you're going to have to decide. You're going to have to make some opinions on this book. But for this week, you're going to be writing a little bit of background about it. Your discussion board is going to be focused on theme, and it tells you here that the definition of theme is often a bridge to the main idea. I'm sorry, post-university, it's not the main idea, it's the big lesson about life. However, theme is more involved than that. Essentially, theme is the author's message, what the author wants to tell his or her readers about people in general. Yes, themes can be supported by many of the story's components, particularly the characters' words, actions, and conflicts, for sure. So your initial response is, we can now come to the halfway part of the course. We have now come to the halfway part of the course. You have all read and viewed a number of different types of literature. Considering what you know now about literature, how do you think the study of theme can relate to our daily lives? Select one of the works of literature from the first 4 units. So you can do Mockingbird, or you can do anything from units 1, 2, and 3. Also, make sure to analyze the theme of that story and to show the implications of that work of literature that work of literature may have on your daily life. Okay, so you're doing a couple things. You're picking out the work, you're analyzing the theme, and you're connecting that theme to your daily life. Okay, so let's just talk about theme real quick, right? Let's say you're reading through a story and you decide in that story that you think that you've read through what the characters are doing, you've read through what the conflicts are, and you decide the big topic of the story is love. And we're tempted to almost stop there and say the theme is love. But really, themes are, again, more complicated than that. So here's what I want you to try to do when you read and when you write about theme this week, okay? We don't stop at love. Based on what the characters do and what the characters learn and the problems they overcome, what do you think the author is telling you about love? And try to write it in a 3-word sentence. Maybe it's trying to say love is special. Okay. Now you want to go back and give a sort of a deeper look. Well, why is love special? What do the characters do? What do the characters learn? What do the characters gain and lose throughout the story? Oh, okay. And then you come to a conclusion, right? Love is special because without it, we cannot be the best versions of ourselves. So we take this single word love, and by going back and reflecting on the characters' actions in the story and what their conflicts are and how they deal with those conflicts, we can turn that simple theme into a really complex, really beautiful theme. So I want you to try to do that this week. If you get here and you can't get any farther than there, that's okay. But I want you to try to push yourselves a little bit with your study of theme. So that is it. I say that's it, but this is one of the longer videos. I'll be back. I'll check in with you guys again on Wednesday. And I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.